Hello, YouTube! Alright, we're back. I got some stuff in the background right now. If you've come to my stream, you might have heard me talk about a certain project that I was working on, which would be I was making an arcade stick for Smash Brothers. So it'd be an arcade stick that would work on the Wii U, or in this case, the GameCube. I think I've seen one other video where somebody made it, but I did go about things a little bit differently. I'm going to go ahead and warn you. It is not completely done yet. It is in a temporary casing, and then you can also see where I made a mistake in the temporary casing. So it's not very pretty, but I do have everything working finally. Which is super exciting, because making the case is... I don't want to say it's not that hard, but I don't have to really figure things out. Like, making a case is the easy part. The hard part was getting all the electronic stuff working and getting something else working, which I will get into. But here it is. Right now, it's just in simple Tupperware I picked up for a couple bucks, just so I had something to slap it in. Like I said, over here, you can see I cut this hole too soon before I got things in there and mounted. You can see the kind of messy. I just have it hot waxed on right now. Because once again, this is just temporary, so I didn't want anything to be too permanently attached in here. Also, the Tupperware is not very good for drilling through, so I actually had used a soldering iron, burned the holes through here for the buttons and the joystick and everything. So I didn't want to drill bolts through because I thought it would crack and then kind of useless. But I'm super psyched. Like I said, everything's working. I'm gonna get a nice case to put it in. Yeah, so I picked up some Sanwa buttons from focusattack.com. Sanwa buttons, and of course I used a template for the buttons to get them nice, this nice curvature and the spacing. I used a template that you can find on online. I can't remember the site off the top of my head. I should know it. I'll put a link to it in the description. I also have a link to Focus Attack. There's other places. That's just what I used. Just looking around online, I like the look of their site, so I ordered from them. Let's see, and then this inside here, pop that open, and we'll take a look at the guts inside here. Boop. Alright, so I did just a straight pad hack. You can see the GameCube controller motherboard right there, and of course my sloppy wiring job while I was just in a hurry trying to get stuff to work. I did solder directly to the Sanwa buttons. I don't really like that. I should have picked up some disconnects, but I didn't want to spring for it. Okay, here is the buttons were easy. I did want to keep the Smash Stick. I don't use the C Stick very much, but I know other people do, and I know I probably should more than I do. So I did kind of put it there to be used with your thumb. So you're sitting here hitting your buttons, and you can just flick the C Stick whatever direction you want while you're holding. So once again, that was super easy. Right now, it's just hot waxed onto the Tupperware. All that is really easy to pad hack. All you gotta do is scrape off some contacts, get to the point, solder the wire on, solder the wires to the button. I even did it super simple, and I didn't use a common ground, even though it probably would have made things a little bit easier for myself. I just went ahead and soldered the buttons directly to each ground for each button. It just made me not have to think about things. Going through Shoryuken forums, I found a nice little tutorial on the shoulder buttons. You do have to do a little bit with them. Don't know if I can get that to show. Yeah, you can kind of see that resistor there. If it'll focus. Okay. Well, anyway, you gotta play with the shoulder buttons a little bit. The reason is because those naturally stay high, and so yeah, you have to put a resistor in line with those and a PNP gate. Which, if you don't know what I'm talking about, and you're just here to see a sweet smash stick, yada yada yada. Alright, here was the interesting thing, is this joystick. Right now I just have this on there, it's not secured. That's something that's going to get fixed later. Get back on there. This joystick is a custom analog joystick. I pulled it out of an old flight stick, analog flight stick, that I'd ordered. I didn't take pictures of it. But I pulled it out of an old analog flight stick, and then I had to wire it to new resistors. I had to put new resistors in there, new potentiometers to slide for the analog joystick. What's nice is I think I can recreate this analog joystick, which means I can make more of these if people are interested in them. I don't know if what I'd charge, if I'd make more. It all just depends on things. But that's not what we're here today for. Today, I'm just showing off my nifty new joystick. Some things to note, and I will show it in action here in a second. I don't have a capture card for the Wii U, so even though I have a second camera set up looking at a screen so that we can see some of the gameplay, I'm also going to point this camera down at the joystick so you can see the two things working together there. Then let's see. You can see it is just a standard GameCube controller. Anything else? Okay, so yeah, here I have it set up Y, B, X, A, left, right, and Z. And then I've got a little, just momentary switch there for the start button. Yeah, let's jump right into seeing it in action. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to slide this back just so you can see what's going on. Something to note, I'm not used to using a arcade stick at all. I had never really used one. Smash Brothers is kind of the first fighting game that I'd gotten into for a while. I played some previously on like the PS2, but never tried to actually do anything, you know, just goofing off. Smash Brothers came out. Everybody made a big deal about it. I got it for the 3DS, and it's one of the first things I started streaming on the 3DS, actually. And I really liked it. So I actually went out and got a Wii U primarily for Smash Brothers. Primarily for Smash Brothers. Of course, other things as well, because, I mean, come on, the Wii U is awesome. So, but primarily for Smash Brothers. And then Ryu came out, and I really, really liked Ryu. So that got me looking at other fighting games, and of course, Street Fighter, because where's Ryu from? Ryu's from Street Fighter. So, I started looking at Smash sticks, arcade sticks, and I realized that there wasn't Smash sticks. There were not Smash sticks for the Wii U. And that aggravated me. Now, I am pretty used to using a regular controller. I'm not used to using the arcade stick at all. In fact, the only reason that I went ahead and got the arcade stick is because I got into the Street Fighter V beta. Of course, in the US, all you have to do is pre-order, so it wasn't that hard. It wasn't that hard to get into it, but using the PlayStation controller, two of the buttons were on the right shoulder buttons, and I didn't like that. I wanted all my buttons right here. That way, when I wanted to hit something, I could just reach over and smack it. And then I figured, hey, if I'm getting used to an arcade stick, why wouldn't I try to do it for Smash? So I started to do this little project here. There is another gentleman on YouTube who, I don't have up, but you can see it in action there. There's another gentleman on YouTube who made a arcade stick for the Wii U. I'm not sure entirely on his process, but I know that his does not have an analog joystick. He said he was working on an analog joystick version, but as far as I know, he hasn't released it, and he's using a commercial analog joystick. So mine is a custom analog joystick, like I mentioned earlier. But the one that he has a video up and working, it is a digital, and he's got a shift button for his tilts. So yeah. Yeah, see me messing up inputs there. There we go. But yeah, just showing that everything does indeed work. Just the way I have the joystick, I don't like tap jump. And sorry for that video quality down there. That is an older webcam, just so I could show this. So the quality is not too good there. I don't have tap jump turned on, so he's not jumping when I tap up. But you can see that it works when I tap. Oops, turn him around. When I tap up, you can see the up smash come out there. Down, you can see the down smash, or the down tilts, and down smash, if I do it right. There we go. Down smash. So I have X for jump, just like you would on a controller. X to jump. A is your regular attack. And of course you can see you reuse two different versions there. B is the special. Oh, messed up my input. Not the controller's fault. That is user error. There we go. There was that focus stack. Dash, cancel. And of course, Tatsu's. Y I have set to grab. And then L and R are both shield. One of the things about it, nice things about it, I think I have Z set to grab as well. Yep, I don't really reach out there. Of course, Smash, you only need a couple buttons, but I don't have up, B, and jump, so I do have that extra button there. And then the C stick, once again, I don't use it very much, but it's there. It works. Usually I'd just rather, I think I could do that faster. In fact, yeah, camera's so bad you can't even see it really working there, but yeah, it just looks like he's keeping his elbow up, doesn't it? But you can hear the clicks. Something that they do in Street Fighter they're aware of, that double input. I will just say, I don't know if that would let me be able to use this or not in a tournament, because that double input is very nice, but it is essentially just pressing the button faster. I haven't tried to go to a tournament with this yet. In fact, I haven't been to a Smash tournament at all, just because I work and it's hard to get out. But what I have noticed, and this is pretty funny, I have to relearn how to play. Things work very differently on a stick than they do on a pad. Just relearning where the buttons are, getting used to hitting these buttons instead of where I was before takes some getting used to. And then just getting used to the that is part of the problem I'm having right now, which I plan to put a stronger spring in the joystick to try to fix. Is, if you notice here, I let go, I get some pretty bad deflection where he will snap back the other direction. But I mean, with the hand on the stick, you're probably not going to see that happen very often. Oh, see me messing up inputs there. There we go. But yeah, pretty neat. Have all my buttons working. I did have a little bit of problem with drift, and I thought it was the actual controller, but it turns out it's not the controller. It was just actually a mechanical problem inside the joystick. One of the settings was a little loose, so even though I would push this way, it would catch that, but it would not catch it coming back, and I actually had to push it back a little bit the other way. But I figured that out eventually, and here we are. Like I said, it's not pretty right now, but it is functional. So I am going to start getting used to things with this, and we'll see how things go. Maybe I can actually make it out to a tournament, and then it would be really neat if I could actually use this instead of one of the standard controllers, either GameCube or whatever else. And real quick before I go, I didn't show the start button working. I'll show that works real quick. Doop. There you go. You can see the start button working there. So that's it. That is my custom Wii U Smash Brothers arcade stick. If you think it's neat, if you think I should make it prettier, or if you think you know anybody who would be interested in one, if you think it'd be worth my time to figure out how to recreate this analog joystick so I could reproduce these and, of course, reproduce prettier versions, let me know. If not, hey, I got it working for myself, and I am pleased as punch. Have a good one, YouTube.